Hello, Laura here, and today we are going to be doing a Magic Circle Mat Pilates class. So today's Pilates session is going to be using the Magic Circle as our prop today to enhance some of our exercises for some more inner thigh work, some core activation, some outer hip work as well. And it's going to be a full body, but kind of biasing a little bit more of our legs and core. If you're new to my channel, my name is Laura. I'm a certified Pilates instructor and personal trainer, and I love putting together workouts for you to help not only make you feel strong, but also help to keep you injury resilient for all of the active hobbies and things that you do in life. So for today's workout, like I mentioned, we're going to be using the Magic Circle. You'll need a mat. You can also lay down a regular mat, doesn't have to be fancy like mine is, or a blanket or a towel. You can also do this entire workout without the circle if you happen to be traveling. This is just acting as an enhancement for some of that inner thigh, outer hip, and core work that we're going to be doing. Totally can do it prop free as well. We're going to start in a seated position with the circle in between our inner thighs. So go ahead and meet me there. So as we're seated, we're going to be in a bent knee position here. The circle is going to come in between your inner thighs, and then you're just going to have your feet connected to the floor. Maybe your toes are up because the top of your shins are tight, or maybe you have your whole footprint down. Kind of just depends on you and your body. You're going to take your hands behind the back of your legs, sit up as tall as you can into a flat back position. And then from here, I want you to exhale, squeeze the circle slightly. You're going to round back until your arms get straight. And then you're going to inhale, lengthen the spine, flatten the spine, maybe even give a pull onto those legs a little bit to squeeze those shoulder blades together. And we'll go again. Exhale, squeeze the circle slightly, pull the lower stomach in, the arms will straighten. Inhale, sit up tall, little release of the circle. Find a nice length through your back. We'll go for 3 more times. Exhale, rounds it backwards. Inhale, sits you up tall. As you round back, we're trying to keep your feet connected to the floor. You find a C curve through your lower spine that's here. We inhale, sit up tall. And then on the next time, you're going to hold that C curl rounded back behind you. From here, maybe you keep your hands onto your legs for support. Maybe you take your hands parallel to the ground to make it a little bit harder. We're going to squeeze that circle through our inner thigh. So we squeeze in for 8, little release. Squeeze in for 7, little release. As you squeeze, you're trying to keep your feet relatively still. This is coming from an inner thigh squeeze on your thighs, on your muscles connected to your thigh bones. And then from here, we're going to hold that squeeze of that circle in 3. We hold that squeeze of your circle in 2. We hold the squeeze of your circle. Now from here, if your hands are onto your thighs, maybe you just lift one hand up at a time towards the ceiling. Or if your hands were floating, you're going to take both hands upwards towards the ceiling and then both hands back downwards towards your circle. Inhale, both hands up. You try to keep that spine steady as you're moving from the upper body here. Shoulder blades gliding on your back as the hands come upwards towards the ceiling. Fingertips are together, palms are facing in. We're going to be here for 3. We're going to hold with the hands up in 2. We hold with the hands up in 1. From here, we're going to squeeze that circle again. We squeeze in for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that squeeze. Now roll yourself up, up, up into a tall seated position. That should have activated your inner thighs and your core. We're going to move this circle. I like to call it a flying saucer when I take this into my group classes. Your feet are flexed. Your flying saucer is going to travel forward over your feet, and then it's going to take a landing so that your feet go inside the circle, pressing out wideways on it. You want your flying saucer to be flying. Don't let it tap onto your shins. And then we press out onto that circle to help us activate our outer hips. So now we're working the opposite muscle group of your inner thighs. Take your hands, reach them forward. We go into our roll up. So we're going to start in a laying down position. So meet me there, laying down onto the ground. Rest your head down. Take your hands up overhead. Find a big stretch for your hips. Press out wide on that circle. Take your hands upwards towards the sky. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders up in between your arms, and then take your hands forward and over your toes parallel to the ground. We're going to hold the shoulders down your back as you find that stretch of your hands forward to your toes, and then roll yourself back down bone by bone by bone to come back into a laying down position. And then we go again. We inhale, take the hands backwards. Try to keep the spine long as you reach overhead. Take the hands up to the sky. Exhale, tuck your chin towards your chest, but the chin stays off the chest as you roll yourself forward and up over towards your toes. Find that reach of your hands towards your toes, and then roll yourself back down, bone by bone by bone, and continue flowing through just like that. Your modification would be to continue with the half rollbacks that we started class with. So what you would do is, instead of having that circle inside of your legs, you could put your circle on like you're wearing a pair of pants and have your thigh bones pressing out on it. So you're giving those inner thighs a little bit of a break and working your outer hips instead. I do have a video that talks about how to get better at your roll up. What I really like about this foot position here with the circle is that it does naturally help you feel more successful with your roll up. It kind of acts like the strap would feel on your legs on a traditional mat. We're going to be here for one more time. We reach the hands up, curl yourself forward and up, final stretch forward to your toes. Then grab that circle into your hands and roll yourself down to a laying down position again. As you lay down, we're going to migrate the circle so that it comes in between your ankles. So knees into chest, take that circle in between your ankles. Legs are going to be in a tabletop position as we take the hands to the sky, getting set up for our 100. So your tailbone is heavy, legs in tabletop. We're back to those inner thighs again. Big inhale through the nose. Take an exhale, hands come down, head, neck, and shoulders curl forward. Your fingertips are reaching past your hips. You can stay in a tabletop position, or you can stretch those legs forward and out across the room. We're going to start to pump those hands. We inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. You inhale through the nose, and then deep exhale outwards through the mouth. As you're pumping here, you're trying to squeeze those shoulder blades together, opening up the chest, thinking about making a splash in the water as your hands pump down, down, down towards the ground. As your hands pump up, it's going maybe to about knee height, but you want to make sure that your head is staying steady here. So if you need to, bring those knees in, makes you feel a little bit more supported through your trunk, through your core. You want to make sure that you're not tucking that tailbone up, which is why we want knees over hips. And that you're also not arching the back. We're going to go for 2 more breaths. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. In and out. Hug the knees in towards your chest. Rest your head down. Take that circle out from your legs. And then just give it a wag from side to side. All right, from here, we're going to take your circle so that it comes legs inside and putting it on like a pair of pants onto your thighs. Once you have that position there, take your feet connected to the ground. Once your feet are connected to the ground, put the palms of your hands onto the mat, opening up your chest. From here, we're going to go into some bridges. Press outwards on the circle, tuck the tailbone under, lift the hips up, opening up the front of your hips. And then from here, melt your rib cage down, your lower back, middle back, lower back, and then tailbone. And then we'll go again. Tailbone tucks under. We go middle back, rib cage, shifting that weight to the upper back. You have yourself weighted from shoulder to shoulder. And then we roll it down, exhale, trying to articulate, melting that spine, exaggerating that length through our spine to come back down. Continue through. I like an exhale to come up, rolling through, engaging through the abs. Inhaling at the top to take a little micro pause, finding that stretch to the front of the hips. And then exhale, melting the spine on down, thinking about reaching the knees forward over the toes as I go to stretch downwards with my spine so that I can get a little bit more of a stretch through my thighs and through my hip flexors. We're going to be here for about 3 more times. Your palms can be on the mat for a little bit more support. Know that you can also take your hands to the sky during this bridge series as well. So with your hands to the sky, we still want to make sure that we're keeping our weight across our shoulders. We don't have our hands to help us anymore activate the back of our shoulders. So just be mindful of that if you feel tension through the back of the neck or in the back of your head. We're going to hold the hips lifted on your final one. Once your hips are lifted, hands staying up is going to be harder. Hands connected to the ground is going to be a little bit more supportive. We're going to press out onto your circle. So you press out and open, outer hip activation. We open up those glutes, opening up your lower back with this external rotation activation. You keep your entire footprint connected onto the mat here. We have that soft tuck of your tailbone for that lower abdominal engagement. We're going to be here for 3. In 2, we're going to hold your bridge. Next one, hold the opening. Now for me, I can tell I need to walk my feet just a tiny bit tighter just so that they're in my Goldilocks position. Your hips are staying lifted. I want you to roll through so that you're on your tiptoes and then lower the heel bones down. You roll through your footprint onto your tiptoes and then lower the heel bones down. So we're finding an articulation through the footprint. You should feel your lower leg muscles, your calves, as well as your glutes as you lift those heel bones up. We're going to keep the heel bones up in 4. Keeping the hip headlights shining upwards towards the sky. We're here for 3. Holding the hips lifted up in 2. We hold the heels up on 1. From here, we pulse your hips. We come down just a couple inches, then up on my tempo. Down a couple inches, and then up. You keep tension on that circle as we take these hip pulses. They're a little bit slower. We're not trying to get the most amount of reps in this amount of time. We're slow with controlled time under tension. We're here for 3. Lower down, lift up 2. Lower down, lift up 1. Hold the top, lower the heels, and then cascade the spine. We go upper back, middle back, lower back, then your hips. You're going to hug your knees inwards towards your chest, keeping the circle how it is. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders upwards towards your knees. And then once you're here, we're going rolling like a ball. Now here we have to be mindful. We don't want to hit our head on top of that circle. We take an inhale, rock it back, exhale, rock it forward. Inhale, rock it back, exhale, rock it forward. So it's a spinal articulation again. This time it's a rolling of your spine, a little bit more momentum as we take that massage forward and back. We still have that outward pressure onto our circle as we go forward and up. We're going to be here for 3. In 2, we're going to end at the top. And then the next time that we're up at the top, hold the top of it rolling like a ball. You're going to take that circle out from your legs. And then from here, keep it in your hands, reach the hands forward, and then lower yourself down into a laying down position. Once we're in this laying down position, float your legs up into a tabletop position. You're going to lift the head, neck, and shoulders forward so that the circle is floating over your shin bones. Give that circle a squeeze. We have paddle hands squeezing through the heels of our hands. Your left leg reaches long as your right leg stays in, and then we switch legs. One leg in, one leg out, and then we switch and switch. Pointing the toe, stretching the leg out of the hip. Head, neck, and shoulders are lifted, but no, you can also rest the head down if you're feeling a little bit of neck tension. You're still going to be working your lower abdominals to keep that back flat. We're going to be here for 3. In 2, we're going to take that circle in between your legs. Next time, pull both knees in, take that circle inside your ankles, and try to find a little bit more of a deep hug. Your hands are to the front of the shins. We're curled up and forward. Inhale, stretch the legs, stretch the arms. Circle the arms around, double leg stretch. Inhale, we reach, find that long line. Exhale, we come back into our ball. We reach, pointed toes, check in with those toes. We want to make sure that they're straight like railroad tracks. Sometimes we have the tendency to have wonky feet. So whether that's called sickling, where the feet are kind of in this what we call supinated position, or whether we turn them to a letter V. We're going to be here for 2. On 1, hold the legs out. Take the hands behind your head. The legs still stay straight with that circle between them. Exhale, lift the legs up, 2 straight legs to the sky. Flex the feet, lower the legs down, lower stomach pulling in. Exhale, lift the legs up. Inhale, lowers the legs down. Know that you can always rest the head down as you need to. We're adding this pointing and flexing of the legs to work with your ankle mobility. Back is staying flat. Know that if you need to, legs can come into this tabletop position and tabletop march down and up as an option as well. We're going to be here for 3. In 2, we're going to bend the knees back into tabletop. Next time, lift the legs up, exhale, bend the knees in, grab the circle to your hands. Maybe you take a little wag from side to side to stretch out your lower back if that feels like something you need. Your hands are going to stay at the ceiling. We've got those paddle hands squeezing that circle in between your hands again. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders up, and then straighten your legs upwards towards the sky. One leg stays on the circle, the other leg drops down, and then we switch and switch. So it's your single straight leg stretch. Arms stay up, you squeeze those hands. That's working through your pecs, your biceps. Reach the arm long, so we've got this protraction through your shoulders. We're going to be here for 3. Final 2. On 1, both legs up, bend the knees in, take the feet downwards towards the ground. Now from here, it's a variation of your crisscross. Feet down to start. I want you to take the circle so that it crosses over to the outside of your hips. Give it a squeeze, release, come back down with the head, the circle comes up. Opposite side. We take it over to the corner. Find a squeeze, release, and then resist your head back down. And again, up to the corner, squeeze, release, back down. So it's a slow and steady crisscross. If you want to make this harder, lift the legs up to a tabletop position. Same thing. We have the tabletop legs. As we find that crisscross over to the side, squeeze, release. And then make this harder by adding in the crisscross legs. Squeeze, release, back to tabletop, reset. Crisscross legs, squeeze, release, and then come back to home, reset. It's still slow and steady, so we're not going like a fast bicycle crunch. We do get to reset the head, neck, and shoulders in between each set here. We're going to go for 2 more times, 1 more each side. Final time. And then bring it back down. Relax the feet down. We're going to take the circle with us as we go to turn over to the opposite side. Now, as we turn over to our opposite side, it means that we're laying down on our belly button. You're going to take your hands like 2 saws, pinkies sides down, palms facing in. Grab the circle through the heels of your hands, to the palms of your hands. Reach the legs long. You're in this back bendish position, just as I am, pressing the elbows down, pulling the shoulders down your back. You should already feel a belly stretch and a hip flexor stretch. Feels pretty good, right? From here, kick one of your heel bones inwards towards your butt for your single leg kick. You flex the foot, tap, tap, straighten it long towards the ground. Opposite leg, flex the foot, tap, tap, and then bring it back down. Keep going just like that. It's a nice front body stretch. You get a little bit of a glute and hamstring contraction with the kick, but think about more so trying to get into a deeper quadricep stretch, and then also focusing on the upper body, working like a plank position. So my elbows are pressing down. I'm trying to push my shoulders, rounding my back, lifting that lower stomach up and off of the ground. We have 1 more time through the right side and 1 more time through the left side. Now from here, this is one that is not my personal favorite, but is one my body needs. We're going to take the circle and place it so that it comes onto your bottom. So it's making a nice little little pancake on your bottom to start out with. Here, you're going to lay your ear down connected to the mat, and I'm going to take both of my hands and reach for my circle. So this is not my favorite because this is a very challenging shoulder opening position for me to get into, and it's because my body needs it. So if it's hard for you, just know it's hard for me too. If the circle doesn't work for you, you can also grab a towel instead so that you can work on holding something behind your back as you're in this position. From here, we're going to take your heel bones inwards towards your bottom. We tap in 3, 2, 1. Bring the tops of your socks to the mat. Squeeze the circle as you lift it up, lift your spine, and then lower your opposite ear down to the mat, and we come back to our start. We're going to go again. Your heel taps in. It's like a double leg quadricep stretch. You tap in 3, 2, 1. Straighten the legs, top of the socks to the mat. Squeeze the circle, lift the arms up, lift the chest up. You're flying. And then take the ear back down. And we go again. You kick, kick, kick. Find a reach. Try to flatten the wrist. Lift the circle, lift and open your chest. And lower down. Ear comes down. We kick, kick, kick. Your triceps work to help you push that pancake circle up. Resist back down. One more each side. We kick, kick, kick. Flat palms, straight fingers, lift. And then lower back down. Final time. We kick, kick, kick. Stretch the legs. Touch the ground. Lift the hands up, 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 and then lower down. From here, take the circle with you in front of you. Take your hands to the mat and then child's pose stretch for me. Oh boy, I need those more in my life. They're good for fixing your posture, combated that rounded shoulder work from being on the computer. All right, from here, we're gonna come into a high kneeling with that circle. Your knees are gonna be underneath your hips. We're gonna hold on to that circle, pancake palms again, fingertips together. Reach that circle forward. From here, coming into our thigh stretch. Low stomach pulling in, knees pressing down. We inhale, take a lean backwards like a diagonal plank, and then bring yourself back up and forward. We inhale, take that lean to the back. Exhale, bring yourself back up. Oop, almost lost my balance there. Now, if you want to make it harder, you lean back, lift the arms up overhead, lower the hands down, and then bring yourself back forward. Inhale, take it back. Lift the arms, lower the hands, and then bring yourself back up. So it's a hinging motion from your knees. Your hips do not move at all. They stay in this straight line from your knees to your hips to your shoulders. As those arms are reaching up overhead, those arms are trying to create a continuation of that straight line. We're going to be here for 2 more times. Final time. And then bring yourself on up. All right, home stretch. We've got our grand finale. You're gonna take this circle so that it's gonna be kind of standing on your mat. As you take it to stand on your mat, it's going to be a push-up prep. This top of the circle cushion is going to go right at your chest plate. So we're gonna go chest plate onto the circle. Once you have that chest plate onto the circle, your hands are going to go right alongside of it, palms facing down. From here, you can stay on your knees. You can take the knees backwards for a kneeling push-up. But what I really like about the circle is that it offers you an assist. So if you can, try to take it up onto your toes. You're going to bend the elbows come down, and then press your arms to 2 straight arms. Bend the elbows come down, and then exhale, push to the top. We're going to go for 8. Inhale, take it down. Exhale, take it up. That's 3. For a tricep push-up, your elbows stay tight to the side of your body. We have 3 more times. Use that breath to help you come up. Last 2. And then final one, use that exhale. Drop the knees down. Take that circle out from underneath you. And find a child's pose stretch here. Hips back, hands forward. Taking both hands over to one side. And then both hands to the opposite side. Take your hands back center, roll yourself up. And then as we roll ourselves up, let's take a couple shoulder rolls. Shoulders roll back for 3, shoulders roll back for 2, and 1. Keep your right hand down, lift your left hand up and over. And then take it back down, left hand down, reach the right hand up and over. We'll go one more time, right hand down, left hand over. Left hand down, right hand over. And then relax the hands down. And that is your Magic Circle Mat Pilates class. We got some inner thigh, outer hip, glute, stomach, upper body work. And we also stretched what we strengthened as well. So it's a full body complementary workout. I hope you guys enjoyed working with the Magic Circle, the Ring of Fire. I know it's not everyone's favorite. I absolutely love it to help me get that extra kind of fire, that extra kind of pizzazz going on in my body. This is definitely a class that you can repeat again and again to see how much stronger you're getting, the more that you're incorporating your Pilates, your strength training into your routine, and then also see if you can challenge yourself a little bit later with the progressions. I hope you had fun. If you like this class, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It lets me know that you want to see more classes like this. And if you're not already subscribed to my page, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so we can keep working out together, keep getting stronger together. And I will see you in my next video. Have a good one.